This hour, President Trump and DHS Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen are huddling behind closed doors to talk about border security. It's a meeting that's set against a backdrop of a partial government shutdown over that very topic. And word from HHS that more than 14,000 unaccompanied migrant children are in custody here on Christmas Eve. Not the case, so for one little girl in particular, whose voice you may remember. MSNBC's Mariana Atencio has been following the story of one family and has an update.
7-year-old Asylum Valencia might not be a face you recognize, but she has a voice many have not forgotten. Alice's cries took center stage of the immigration debate over separated families in June. Nearly a month later, she was reunited with her mother, Cindy. Now, she is preparing to walk across a new stage at her school's Christmas show.
Aparte de lo que he pasado, ya estoy con mi tía, mis primos, mi mamá y con todos mis familiares. Pero por eso estoy feliz y sí sé que vale la pena un viaje tan largo.
She wants to be like other little girls in America, getting ready for school, doing homework, and playing in English.
1, 2, 3.
What have you learned in English?
Good morning, Mariana. How are you?
Very good, Allison. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Her mother, Cindy, is also learning English at the local church. But staying in the U.S. is no guarantee. They say they came here fleeing gang violence in El Salvador. Family lawyer Thelma Garcia fears for what might happen to them if they are denied asylum.
What they risk is going back and meeting the fate of death. And if they lose, then having to be sent back to their home country, they don't deserve that. Because it's a horrible situation back home.
No es fácil, no es fácil.
Complicating matters, Cindy cannot currently file for a work permit at this stage of the asylum-seeking process. They get by staying with family and money gifted to them by a nonprofit.
El no tener un trabajo ha sido un poco difícil, ya que no tenemos la libertad económica para tener una Navidad grande.
Still, she has a big surprise for little Allison.
El regalo de su primera Navidad es una cama. Siento que le va a ayudar bastante porque aún tiene secuelas de la separación.
For now, she's focused on what's waiting for her under the Christmas tree. But what she really wants is to stay.
Nunca pierdan la fe en Dios y que siempre, siempre le oren por las noches y por las mañanas al despertar para que Él les traiga su felicidad.
Her resilience and her faith are just heartwarming, Allie. And it was eye-opening for me to see how she was doing, but also to see how fast-moving these asylum cases are because of all the legal challenges to immigration law and to asylum law. In 1 week, I interviewed this family on a Monday, and the lawyer told me they have very little chance of getting their asylum approved because it all was based on gang violence.
Right.
48 hours later, you have a federal judge that just struck down those new guidelines from the Trump administration, and now things are looking hopeful for them, and it's a Christmas come early story.
It's so good. This is the benefit of having you cover these stories from the beginning, because I remember when we first heard from her and understanding this whole thing. This will be a year that we won't ever forget, but for a whole lot of families, they really like to forget because of how difficult it's been on that front. So thank you for your great coverage.
It speaks to our network's commitment, Allie, and to your commitment to follow up with these folks.
We will keep on covering the story, Mariana. Thank you. Mariana Atencio. All right, coming up, 5 years ago, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos